Hi, this is Cass. I wanted to talk to you about vision today. You know, I've been told I'm not enthusiastic enough when I do these videos, and I have to tell you that it is not easy to conjure up external enthusiasm when you're sitting in this little area with a phony screen behind you to hide whatever is in the back of the room, and sitting in a chair in front of a camera. So I'll try. I'll do my best. But maybe in the springtime, when it's warmer outside and I can do some of these videos outside, it'll be a little easier. I have the hugest amount of enthusiasm internally in regard to this subject, and I'll tell you why. Over the last couple of days, I've been watching this video, and it took me a couple of days to get it all in. It's not that long. It's just that I had to squeeze it in between things. And the video was done by one of the multi-millionaires who is in the company that I belong to, one of the leaders, and the founder of the company, who is also a multi-millionaire. Now, I have to give a disclaimer that not everybody makes huge amounts of money in this company. The potential is there. Some people make no money. It depends on a person's ability, a person's willingness to put in information and gather education along the way. Okay, disclaimer aside. And their income aside, just what they had to say was the most interesting thing to me. I'm a baby boomer, and in all my baby boomer years on this planet, I never heard this said in this particular way. And I'm going to get to that in just a minute. First of all, I want to tell you that one of the things that this fellow says is always have a vision, a very, very clear, specific vision that you have in mind that you're working toward. I'm going to back that up with Napoleon Hill. I don't know if you may or may not be familiar with Napoleon Hill. He's an author from the early 19th century. He did many, many things, but one of the things he did was write books, and he wrote Think and Grow Rich, and right now I'm reading The Law of Success. And he states that everybody should have a definite chief aim. Now, I'm going to say that vision and definite chief aim are the same thing, essentially. Okay, now why are we here on Earth? We're here to enjoy the environment, enjoy the planet, enjoy our life. And I'm going to equate joy with happiness. What Napoleon Hill has to say about happiness is it's a state of mind that can be maintained only through the hope of future achievement. A state of mind that can be maintained only through the hope of future achievement. It's always in the future, and it's created by dreams of heights of achievement. Now I'm going to give a couple of examples of that. There's another person in the marketing business whom I used to listen to, and she said that she lives out in California on the coast, and she said that her dream was always to have a boat. She wanted like a cabin cruiser yacht type boat, and she and her significant other were not quite able to afford it at the point that she thought that this is something that she wanted. That was her goal, her vision. So she started going out and looking at boats, even though she knew she couldn't afford them. She would take home literature. She would get magazines of boats and go through the pages and look at the pictures. And after a while, her business grew to the point where she bought a boat. She didn't buy the boat as big as she wanted to begin with, but she bought a boat. She was thrilled with it, and later on traded up to what she wanted. So I'm going to give one other, well, first of all, just to make the point, that's thinking about the future and having a definite chief aim and a vision. Okay? So I'm going to hold the other example for a little bit later. All right, so we're talking about vision. All right, so this one fellow in this video that I've been watching, interviewed the founder of the company, who was known for his visions, and said to him, you know, what was your original vision? And he answered, it was kind of divided up into two areas. First of all, he had to establish a vision for himself. He called it the selfish vision. And from there, he was able to incorporate the larger vision that he had. And his vision was, now catch this, I never ever heard this before said, or never even thought of it. His vision was to have enough money. First of all, he wanted some physical comforts. He wanted to be able to travel as he could. He wanted to be able to live by the beach. Okay, but that set aside, he wanted enough money whereby he could live the style that he did not have to think about anything other than what he wanted to think about. Think only about what he wanted to think about. That means he had no worries, no pressures, no obligations, no nothing that he had to do that would take up his mind. He just wanted some time where he could think about what he wanted to think about. That was the selfish part. So he says, the other part was that he wanted to think about a way to create a business where he could encompass other people into the business, and both he and others could create lifestyles of their dreams. And he has done that. Okay. He's still always working, always enhancing that vision, always upping it. But he's got the beginnings of it, and he's working toward building it and making it even bigger. All right. So that's the first thing I wanted to talk about, was the vision. Now, the other fellow who was interviewing him said that he used to live in a one-room apartment. Now, I'm sure he has a mansion. I've never seen his house. But he talks about living your vision as much as you can. What he used to do was every day or every evening when he finished whatever his job and whatever else he was doing, he would go to the richest neighborhood in his general environment there, his vicinity, and just drive through and look at the different houses, the mansions, and think to himself and thought to himself, one day I'm going to have one of these, and I'm going to be able to support my family in one of these houses, not our one-bedroom apartment. So every day he did this, until he reached the point where not only did he want it, he believed it, and then he did it some more. He'd visit these neighborhoods and drive through and look at the houses, and then he finally knew it. He knew that this is what was going to happen, and it did. He incorporated that belief, that knowledge, that vision into his being, and he created it. Now, the third thing he says is to surround yourself only with positivity. And I've heard that said many times by personal development people. They say, stay away from the naysayers. Don't talk about your vision to people whom you know are going to squelch it and throw negativity on it and say, oh, you can't do this, oh, it can't be done, blah, blah, blah. Hang around people who have done it, or who are there to see the potential in you, who are there to encourage you. And this is what he has done, and this is what he is encouraging people to do. And that's one of the things that I absolutely love about this business. There are people who have accomplished wonderful things financially, but not only that, they're not just money seekers. They're lifestyle seekers, and in that lifestyle, they are looking to uplift not only themselves and their families, but anyone else who's willing to join them in their vision. And I'm in there, baby. I can tell you that. I am in there. Now, I'm going to go back to the first thing that I said about your definite chief aim. Did you ever find that when you're going to buy a new car, whether it's brand new or new to you, yeah, it's very exciting, and you think, oh my God, I can't wait till I get it. I can't wait to smell the new smell of the new car if it's a new one, or try out the new gadgets. If it's a used car, it might be an increase in, what's the word I want? At any rate, a better car than what you had before. So you're all looking forward to this with excitement and enthusiasm, and you get in. The day comes, you go, you pick up the car, you get in it, you sit in it, you adjust everything, the mirror, the seat, the steering wheel, and you start driving in, and oh, it's so good. You say, man, this is mine. I'm loving this, and that's great. You talk about being happy and joyful. That is it. You've achieved your goal. By the next day, oftentimes, I'm going to say almost all times, it begins to just become a little bit of a habit. And then by the end of the week, by the end of the month, it's just like, it always was. It's not that big a deal. And now you're on to the next thing. And that's why Napoleon Hill talks about happiness as being a thing of the future. Okay? Very rarely are we satisfied with status quo. And that's a good thing, because that's how we grow. So look to the future. All right, so just to summarize, we talked about vision. Have a very specific vision, exactly what you know, what you want in your mind. Write it down. That solidifies it. Pursue that vision. Put yourself in the vicinity of it as often or as much as you can. Surround yourself with positive people and think big. If you want to read a book about thinking big and doing big, read the book, The 10X Rule by, let's see, what's his name? Grant Cardone, C-A-R-D-O-N-E. The 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. He talks about anything that you want to do, 10X it. Make it 10 times bigger. Make the goal 10 times loftier. And even if you don't attain that 10 times goal, whatever you do attain is probably going to be more and bigger than what you had originally set out to do by making it 10 times bigger. All right, vision, positivity, and living that vision as much as you can until you actually own it. Own it for yourself. All right, have a great day. I'll see you next time. Bye.